We are live. Okay, PGA Hope Live. How's everyone doing? Gabe Carr-Harris here with Alex. We are at the Golf Performance Center in Ridgefield, Connecticut. We're gonna flip the screen here. This is our office currently. Met PGA Hope Live. We're at Golf Performance Center in Ridgefield, just showing a little view of what our office looks like today. It's a beautiful day. A couple coaches out there. 12 greens, so there's a 9-hole short course. There's our building. Here's a putting green. Hey, Amanda. And that's that. All right, let's see. Can I figure out how to use the chat box here? Hey, everyone. Let's see if that works. All right, cool. We are ready. So it looks like there's 4 people in there, including Amanda. We're gonna give everybody a few minutes just to log on. Get their golf clubs, get their pens and papers, their learning minds. Anything else, maybe a drink to ease the pain of listening to me for 30 minutes. How's everyone doing out there? I can see the chat. I'm using an iPad. I hope the video is okay. Hey Artie, how you doing? Great to see you as well. I'm here with Alex.
Hi everyone.
Say hello, Alex. Alex is one of the coaches here.
Glad to be with you today.
We're going to do a few golf games here. We're going to give everyone about 5 minutes or so to grab their learning supplies and anything they might need. We're going to hopefully help enhance. Hey Heath, how you doing? Heath Wassam in the building. Bumped into Heath at a few PGA Hopes before.
Nice.
Hope everyone's doing well, everyone's safe, and eager to get back out on the golf course. We're all in the same boat here. Let's move this back just a little bit. Thank you, Amanda. You gave me this shirt. I had to wear it today.
It's a good looking shirt.
You gave it to me last year. Still have a little bit of my winter coat on. It's been a long winter. It's already May. It's almost June. I do still have this shirt because it means a lot to me. So I hope everyone's doing well. For those just joining, I'm Gabe Carr-Harris. I'm a very proud Met PGA professional. This is Alex Hume.
Hi everyone.
He's a coach here at the Golf Performance Center. Also a PGA professional.
Also a PGA professional.
Okay.
Glad to be a part of the men's section.
Alex, how long have you been at the Golf Performance Center?
I've been here for 2 years, so member of the Met section for a couple years now, and great group of people, and I'm glad to be a part of it.
We're very happy to be here. You can kind of read the chat. Hey, Hey, Kelly. Kelly Clayton's in the building. Hey, Joseph. Thanks for checking in. We're going to give it just a few more minutes here. Get those questions ready. Alex and I, our goal today is to provide a little bit of, hey Caitlin, a little bit of practicing tips. So there's been some great videos out with other professionals focusing on, all aspects of the golf game. So Alex and I just wanted to show you how to cash in on some practice time when you get to the facility. Everyone's time is valuable, so if you have 30 minutes, 40 minutes, 20 minutes to practice, we're going to provide a few practicing games, stuff that can help you learn a little bit.
That's right. Plenty of fun. That's the important part.
We're not going to be too serious here. James Eugene, good to have another lefty in the room. Thank goodness. Will Lonzo, hey, how are you? So, Alex, Alex has been part of PGA Hope before.
Yeah, in New Hampshire, actually.
In New Hampshire?
Yeah, up at Dartmouth College. So I was lucky enough to do that for a couple seasons, and it was a really great experience. So I'm happy to be back and with you guys again.
Yeah, that's awesome. It took off pretty quickly.
Yeah, absolutely.
The last 4 or 5 years. I spent I spent all my time at West Point up there. It's got a great vibe up there when you go up there for PGA Hope. And everyone is so grateful up there. They have a nice setup. Oh, hi Mom. My mom's on. Hey Mom, how you doing? Yeah, West Point is great. They have a nice driving range section. There's a little practice area. There's a couple great practice areas up there. We spent a lot of time with Andy to run a phenomenal program up there at West Point. I don't think he's at West Point anymore, but it was a lot of fun up there. I even saw Jeff Voorhees in a range picker at the West Point location at one time, which was pretty cool. So let's see, let's check in on our time here. It's about 3:06. So looks like we have a few people on. Just wanted to again say hi to everyone. We're really missing out. Alex and I, we're really missing out on PGA Hope this year. It was certainly a nice thing to look forward to in the middle of the week on Wednesdays. We did it every Wednesday. West Point is about a 45-minute trip for me. I just left Sleepy Hollow to come work up here with Alex and a great team of dedicated people that want to make a difference in golf. So it was a nice 45-minute drive up to West Point, and then about 2 hours of golf, and then we sat and had some nice lunch, or I guess it would be dinner at that time of day. But today our goal is to just help you practice a little bit. We want to answer any questions. We're going to keep it light and fun, and we really miss being with all the guys and girls that fought for our freedom. So thank you for that. That's first and foremost. That's why we like doing it. So we're going to bring I'll give everyone just a quick view of what we're looking at here. If you're locked in an office somewhere, hopefully you can get out of that place soon. We're going to flip the screen here. This is the Golf Performance Center. There's our building in there. And we have 9 holes. We have a 9-hole short course called GPC National out there. So there are 12 greens actually, right, Alex?
Yes, correct.
12 greens. You can route, there is a route, there's a standard routing of the course, but you can kind of make your own route. Here's a couple of our academy kids with their coaches. There's a practice par 3 over there that ranges from where the gentleman in the red shirt is probably 165 to the back.
About right.
All right. And there's about 4 or 5 tee boxes. So this is our office. We love it here, and we're happy to share a little bit today. So I think we're good to go here. So try to move the camera over here just a little bit, show you what we're looking at. Let's change a few things here. Okay, so mainly what we're discussing today is when you get to the golf course and you do this thing called practice, which some of you may or may not do. I know a lot of the members of PGA Hope have some access to golf courses, and we're still practicing the best protocols in the state of Connecticut here for the cups. So you can see we're still using raised cups here and trying to social distance as much as possible. People have masks on and all that good stuff. So first and foremost, just make sure that you're safe and healthy when you're practicing. We're not going to touch the cups. We might do one thing a little bit later. So without further ado, we're going to get into our first game. And it's very similar to horse, but we're going to call it Hope, right?
Cool.
So we're going to take one letter off, right? H-O-R-S-E is 5. So we're going to reduce one of them. And we're going to play a little warm-up game. So you can do this. You can really get some different variables going here. You can do it without a putter. You could do it with a wedge if you wanted. So Alex and I, we're going to set up maybe right here. So Alex is going to pick the first hole. So when you guys are at a golf course and you have a little bit of time to practice, pick out something that might make a difference in your game here. So with the COVID cups that we have here, we're gonna just play the COVID rules. If you hit the cup, it counts as a make. Okay. Alex will pick his spot. If he makes it, I'm gonna have to go to his spot and make it. So
We're gonna go up this way, Gabe.
where are we going?
We're gonna go up the hill.
Going up the hill here.
It's a little bit right to left.
There we go.
Go ahead and putt here.
Yep, Alex is gonna putt.
Oh,
Did he get it? I couldn't tell.
no, very close.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna take a shorter putt. I also stand on the other side of the ball, just like James New York Finest, aka James Eugene. You might know him. So I'm gonna pick a little shorter one. This is about 6 feet. Woo! Blew it through the break. Obviously, we haven't practiced in a while. Okay, Alex is up. Alex is gonna pick another hole here.
All right, we'll go for the long one. You want to keep the camera right there?
We're gonna flip the camera for Alex. So he's going the long one here. There we go. That's a way better view.
We'll go for the long one.
This has got to be all of 40 feet here. Very nice. Ooh, nice shot. Nice shot. There you go. So I'll give Alex the camera here. He can hold this. All right. Lefty's in the building. James Eugene. Now, I'm pretty stubborn. I'm going to just kind of stay in the same area here and work on my weakness would be a right to left putt. So I'm going to practice the putts that I have the most problems with. Every time I get on the golf course, these right to left putts drive me crazy. Okay, we're playing horse. We change it to hope. Now we're on the board.
Here we go.
One make. So now Alex.
Nice putt.
Thank you, sir. Alex has to come here. He's going to match me, otherwise he gets an H. H for hope. Okay, here we go. All right, so Alex takes first letter there. All right. Alex, we're going to grab the camera. We're going to go across the green here. So I'm going to stick with the right and left theme because I think practicing what you're not great at is way more effective time on the practice area. It's a much better way to use your time. Of course, you want to do some comfortable practicing, but
Nice putt, Gabe.
right to left. The only reason that went in is because I'm not on the golf course, of course. All right. So Alex is back. Thanks, James.
Right about here?
Yeah, right about there is good. So he's going to try to tie me. Thanks, Joseph. Okay, I'm going to speak up a little louder. Nice putt. So we got to speak up a little louder away from the camera. Okay, so that was a tie right there. So Alex made that, so he's still with an H. I'm going to switch it up here. Let's go down the hill here a little bit. I'm going to go downhill here a little bit. I'm going to still stick with the right theme, I think, if I'm reading this right. Again, right to lefts are tough for me. Tougher. Not even close. Okay, Alex is up. He's going to pick a new putt here.
We're going to go this hole right here in the middle.
Okay, so we're looking at 11 to 12 feet here. Sometimes the straightest putts are the hardest. Leaves it short. That's why we're here practicing, everyone, because unless you have 18 putts in a round of golf, which would be one per hole by my count, then you should be practicing your putting. Okay, so what do we have? We have an H. That's all we got? One letter, right, Alex?
Just an H.
Just an H. All right, I'm going to take the 40-foot challenge just like Alex, right? So vary your length and your breaks, even though I'm not following that rule. I'm going to go way up the hill here to this first one that Alex picked before, okay? My goal on a really long putt like this is to get the speed right. This is a pretty tough one to make, but I would love to have a cozy one for my next putt. I probably wouldn't classify that as cozy. It's 5 or 6 feet, but you get the idea. That's why we're practicing. Okay, so we're playing horse, but we're calling it Hope for PGA Hope.
We're going to go up the hill to a different hole.
We're going to go to a different hole here.
One on the left.
One on the left. This is pretty uphill, folks. Alex, very good putt. Okay, so let's flip it back around here, Alex, really quick. Okay, we're back here with the flip screen. Okay, so that's a great way to warm up on the putting green when you get to the golf course. It's fun to play a game with a buddy or two. It makes the time go by a little bit more if you need that sort of thing. But it's a simple game of horse with a putter, and if you make it, the other person has to make it. If not, the other person kind of picks another hole.
Yep.
There's a lot of variables you can do. You can make all the putts have to be inside 5 feet, which is what we see a lot of people miss anyway.
Right.
A lot of people don't putt out those putts inside of 5 feet or 4 feet or whatever the rule is these days.
And we switch to a different target every time too, so we're not hitting that same putt over and over, right?
Exactly. So we throw in a little bit of variability, which is also how it works on the golf course. What else? What else does that drill work on? You know, if you
Well, different lengths.
Different lengths.
Our distance control, really good for that as well.
Yeah. So just a thought for kind of warming up. We're going to switch to another all-time favorite game. At least I love playing this game. It's called 21, and there's a couple different versions of this. I don't even know where I learned this game, but it's a great game. So again, it's a putting game, okay? So you're going to need a putter and some golf balls. We're actually going to, I'll show you how this works here. So now, we're only doing this just so that we can show you how the video works, because you do need to take the cups out and have cups where the ball can settle. Okay, so Alex is going to take one out. I'm going to take the other cup out here. The distance between these two cups, what's the distance here, Alex? 10 feet, 11 feet?
Yeah, 12 maybe.
12 feet. Okay, so we're finding a 12-foot hole here, everyone. All right. And the idea is to see the putt go in a little bit. So we want to practice seeing the ball go in with this game called 21. Okay. So how 21 works is, with the rules that we're going to use, is it's 1 point for the person who ends up closest to the hole, 3 points and 5 points if you make the putt. There's going to be an order. So I'll go first here. There's the ball. Thank you. So I'm going to go first here. If Alex does anything on top of me, the points will always double. I'll give you an example. If I make this putt, it's Alex's turn to putt. If he makes it on top of me, then he's going to double the point value at 6 points. Is the camera okay there? We got a good angle there?
We're good.
Okay. So I'll go first here, and then Alex is going to putt. This is 21 with a 1, 2, 3 point value. Closest, lip, and make, okay? If you go over 21, you go back to 15. So you have to have a little bit of strategy here.
Oh, nice putt.
Okay, so there's my right to left. I told you it was working only on the practice screen here. So now Alex is going to go. Alex can only get 3 points on this. It doesn't matter if he gets it close. It doesn't matter if he lips it, because I set the bar at 3 points. So this is a good chance for him to just try to go for the hole, right? A match play putt, a must-make putt. There's no consequence if he misses it. If he makes it, he gets a lot of points there. That's really good. Nice putt. Very good. So Alex just ripped my heart out and stole my hard-earned 3 points on a right to left putt. So now we're going to take this camera and we're going to go to the other hole. So now we're going to go down to the hole that we started on, or I'm sorry, that we were just hitting to. Alex won the hole, so he's going to get to go first. So here's Alex with a 6-0 lead right now, going first.
That hurts, Gabe.
That hurts. Six is 6, 12, 18, 24. It's about a quarter of the way to victory. The man is on fire. Okay, so now I get my first, I think, left to right putt of the day. I only have one thing to do here, and I have to make it. Otherwise, no bueno.
And he's got it. Oh.
A little lip out. So in 2 putts, in 2 attempts, I'm down 9-0. Usually doesn't happen quite like that. We're gonna go back to the other side and do one more. So this game is called 21. Pretty common, fairly common maybe. We won't play all the way to 21 and completely take up all this time, but we'll keep going until Alex misses. How about that? So 21, he's up 9-0. He's got a nice little right to left. He's currently gaming an Odyssey Toulon. Okay, so he opens up the door for me to finally get some score on the board here. We're practicing putting. Met PGA Hopers, how's everyone doing? If you have any questions about putting, about counting and adding this game up, anything at all, fire them in the chat. We can see the chat. Let us know what's on your mind. So I got a lip out. I don't think Alex got a lip, but I get 2 points out of that, right? So Alex got really close to the hole there, so he was on the board for 1. It would be harder to get much closer than that. If you can't see it from here, it's probably 2 or 3 inches. So the only thing I could do is to get points would be to get it closer than 2 or 3 inches, lip the ball out, or make it, right? So now we have a game where Alex is just creaming me 9-2, okay? And that's our 21 game. Any questions so far? Let me get back on the other side here. Let's see here. Flip camera. There we go. Okay, I don't see any questions just yet. Let me check my phone. See if we have anything going here. Okay, so we're going to move on to a little bit of a chipping game. How much time do you recommend students practice putting before a round? Is there a routine you recommend? From Kelly Clayton. That's a great question, Kelly. How much time do you recommend students practice putting before a round? So I think the more you can practice putting to feel the speed of the greens, the better. If you are time stricken and time is an issue, I would hit a couple long putts and a couple short putts just to feel the speed of the long ones. So you see how Alex picked that 50-footer to kind of to start. That's pretty good. That gives him a good feel for the green. This green from top to bottom is probably close to 100 feet. So he's feeling his long stroke there, and I would recommend doing that. So ideally, if you can spend 10 to 15 minutes putting, What do you think, Alex?
Yeah, I think so. Also, if you can do something to give yourself a challenge as well, say you're on the putting green, and I'm going to say I need to get 3 out of 4 balls within 2 feet of the cup, right?
Yeah.
So it's giving yourself a challenge. You're going to learn what the green speed is better that way, versus just going and kind of aimlessly hitting putts everywhere.
Yeah. I think that's good. You think of how golf is played on the course. A lot of people in this room are maybe relatively new to golf, but the way we practice golf and the way we play golf are pretty different. So, you know, if you were to play by the rules of golf, you'd be hitting one shot, and then you'd go to that ball, and then hit that shot, and then hit the next shot, and kind of keep rolling through.
Yep.
The way we practice is quite different. We usually hit a lot of balls. So what Alex is, I think, getting at is to try to kind of put a little pressure on yourself and maybe practice like you play a little bit.
Yeah, I would suggest different length putts on the putting green as well.
Yeah.
Because we really only get one putt on the golf course, so to hit more than one putt from the same spot is not really helping us.
Yeah.
On the putting green.
I like that. It's a couple of themes here. You know, we're trying to enhance your practice just a little bit. James Eugene, my lefty buddy, what are some best practices to reading a green? Slants, right to left. That's a great question. The first time that I was ever taught how to read a green was by a man named John Klug, and he worked at Delwood Country Club, which is now called Paramount. But let me just bring the camera around here to the green here. let's actually, let's take the camera off of the tripod here for a second. So camera's now on the ground. And those holes kind of disappeared. Okay, so we're gonna walk here just a little bit. If I was to have a putt that I had trouble reading, that started probably from here to where the cup is out there, you can kind of see the two balls to the left of that cup. And I had no idea how to read this putt, James. What I would tell my students is if there was a 100-gallon barrel of water kind of near that hole, and someone tipped over that barrel of water, where is the water gonna run? And using a camera is very hard here to do justice. You can see a little bit of slopes, you know, on the greens here, but unfortunately, my iPad is not showing too much break. But what I would tell you is if a big bucket of water dumps over, where's that water running, okay? So you could probably use your feet to walk here. I can feel a little bit of the brake change under my feet. You can feel some elevation. And if you don't use the water method, walk around a little bit without holding up the whole golf course. You could probably just take a few different angles. So I'm going to give Alex the camera here. So if I have this putt right here, and you know I'm walking from this direction over here up to the green, and I really have no idea what the break is, I'd probably walk around a little bit. I'd probably walk around the hole a little bit just to kind of take a few different looks at, you know, where the ball could break. Excuse me. What I could tell you from reading greens is that a lot of times the read that you have when you get up to the ball and then when you stand over the ball, it can change. There's last second doubt that creeps into your mind. Your peripheral view is different than when you get down low to the ground and kind of read a putt, right? So eye dominance, you know, without getting off track here too much, your dominant eye can come into effect there or something like that. But take a little bit of a walk around, and then also, if you want to take it one step further, when you're practicing, put a tee on your aim line next to the hole and try to see if you hit that putt, does that ball break as much as you think it does based on how hard you're going to hit the ball. So test out your reading and see if it's legitimate. I think James is at Westchester, right, James? And you have a lot of greens over there, so you could test out what James thinks the read is. You could put a tee down, and then you can kind of measure based on your speed, right? That was a long answer, but hopefully that helps out a little bit. Alex, did I miss anything there?
No, I think that's great. Anytime you can use more than one of your senses, you know, use your feet. That's a really good way to do it.
Yeah, using your feet is good. So those are a couple green reading tactics. Besides that, it takes practice. I think.
Yeah, 100%.
Lots of greens are different. There's a lot of good greens around here. Some are faster than others. Some conditions are different. You know, we're in the Northeast in the spring. We have a very wet climate up here, so getting machines onto putting surfaces, sometimes the golf course in the beginning, then all of a sudden the greens speed up in the middle of the summer and they stay pretty quick. They can get quick in the fall, but I think every place is different. I think it just takes a lot of practice, but that is a great question, James. Thank you. All right, moving along. Let's see, how are we doing on time? 3:29. Okay. Gabe, what are some okay, I think, can you explain using the bump and run method for those struggling with chipping around the green? Absolutely.
I think we're going into chipping
next.
Right?
We're going into chipping. So let's move the camera just a bit. I just have to make sure that I know how to use this tripod. Okay. So let's bring you got a couple golf balls there?
Yep.
Okay, bump and run method. Great question. Okay. So James Eugene is talking about the bump and run method. So let's just first what does a bump and run method mean? I think what he's referring to is a shot that travels lower to the ground and runs out versus a shot that goes straight up in the air, straight down, and doesn't roll. I think that's what he's referring to. So the first thing you have to do is select the right golf club, right? So here's an 8-iron, and here's a sand wedge, okay? Although on my screen they don't look significantly different in loft, but the 8-iron has a lot less loft on it, which is the angle that the face makes, right? Okay, so you have to select the right club first and foremost. You can hit a bump and run with a lofted club, and I know everyone there tries to, but I would play it maybe with an 8-iron. I got an 8-iron right here, okay? And a bump and run does not require any distance, it requires control. So anytime we want control on a golf shot, we're gonna just choke down just a little bit. We don't need to hold it up here. You don't get any points for distance when you are hitting a bump and run shot, okay? Alex, if you want to take the camera there real quick,
Sure.
Just to make sure. I don't want to get too far away from it. And I wanted them to kind of see down here just a little bit of a...
Yeah, I need
You
to
can flip it around, whatever you want to do there.
let me flip this around here.
That's fine. So bump and run. The ball has to stay low. So in order to keep the ball low, we're not going to have a lot of hinging of my wrists. We're not going to have a lot of action or movement in my wrists. I'm going to pretend that I'm putting basically with one of my irons, okay? So the stroke will be a lot similar. So here we go. The position of my ball is going to be towards my back foot. I'm hitting this way as a left-handed golfer. The position of my ball will be towards my back foot. I will take the handle of the golf club and lean it slightly forward, okay? I don't want to start with the club. And I will make very, very small strokes using a lot of my upper torso and my upper body, but also a little bit of lower body rotation, okay? So without lower body rotation, it just looks like this. And eventually you can see my hands have to be really active, and I do not want that here. So a little bit of lower body. If Alex follows this shot, it's going to come out low, and it's going to roll, okay? It's a low shot, okay? What's good about a low shot? Well, it's generally pretty effective and easier to control. It doesn't have the sexiness to it that a high lob shot does, but it does have the ability to repeat itself on a consistent basis. Bump and run. Little bit of lower body rotation, little to no wrist hinge, and kind of keep it running. Again, a shot that I think you have to practice a little bit. Everyone has a certain club that they might want to use for this. Again, I'm using an 8-iron. I'm choking down to get a little control. I stand a little bit closer to the ball than I would on a full swing or full stance. And yeah, I just try to hit the center. Try to hit the center of the face so I can get the same feedback each and every time. Any more questions we got? Good?
Don't see any here, Gabe.
Don't see any? Okay. Okay, so we did a couple putting games. Let's do a couple. Let's do a chipping game here, Alex. What do you think?
Let's do it.
Okay. I'm gonna let Alex. You want to explain this game? You want to explain this one?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So I'm gonna stand back here. I'm gonna let Alex explain this game.
Make sure that camera's okay.
Yep, camera looks good.
Okay, so this is a chipping game, and this game's called Catch Me If You Can. So what we're trying to do is get our distance correct, and you see we have a space, we have a stick laid down about 15 feet away or so, and I have my pile of golf balls on the fringe here. So with the first shot, I'm going to try to chip it relatively short, and my next ball I'm going to try to go past the previous ball. So in that space, I'm going to try to see how many balls I can get in that area, and the more balls the better. So the higher number is what I'm looking for there.
So you guys have the behind view here. So here's the side view, and like he said, it's not much farther than 15 feet. So there's the side view, there's Alex, there's the stick. So I'm going to stay here for the first shot that he hits. But like he said, he's only just barely trying to get this on the green. He's trying to fit as many golf balls as he can between... Yeah, it's probably a little far. He's trying to get as many golf balls now that go past that first shot, but do not pass the alignment stick out there. So this game is called Catch Me If You Can. Okay, so he's got 2 balls in there now. So he's got used up about half of his distance already, folks. He's got 2 balls. Very nice. He's got 3. Okay, that was much better. That's probably 2 feet past his first ball. Very nice, Alex. He's got 4 balls, and he's got about 1.5 feet of space left. So that's pretty good. So this is going to test his touch, which is exactly what this game is designed to do here. Catch me if you can. He's bump and running it. It's a good bump and run game. Wow, 5 balls, and he has, folks, what I would call a hot 5 inches. Maybe 4. That's tough. Let's see how good he is. He's pretty good. For the 6th ball. That's pretty good. Okay. He's really putting the pressure on me here. Okay, I'm going to hand over the camera to Alex.
Oh.
I'm going to use a left instead.
Yeah, mine's not going to work, is it?
So, probably got to either go back here or on the other side. Yeah, 5 golf balls. So someone, yeah, that's fine. We're going right here. It just run out farther than you want it to. So I have a sand wedge here, so I'm trying to do a little bump with my sand wedge. Farther?
It's farther. Good one.
Yeah, take each one out there. It's really hard to control your distance from 15 feet. So you only have 15 feet here, and you got to hit a ball. If you hit 5 balls, that's a ball every 3 feet. That's pretty good control. The golf course is going to ask for your control out there when you play, so this is a great game. So I got 4 here. Oh, nice. There's 5. Good job. Thanks. Woo! So that doesn't count because it hit the stick. So that was basically a tie there. We'll call it a tie. Let's see, let's flip this back here. So that's Catch Me If You Can. That's a little bit of a chipping game. Joe Koloski, your feet are really close together. Is that the way it's done? Well, when I watch tour players chip and pitch, I always notice that their feet are much closer together. And one time, a great teacher by the name of Jim Dillon told me that to think of chocolate chips when you chip. And chocolate chips are just really small pieces of chocolate. So a chip should be a really small piece of a golf swing. So that always stuck with me. I don't know why. It's kind of cheesy. But so, Joe, my feet are close because I'm making an abbreviated version or a smaller version of my real swing. And maybe I'm on the closer side, but I really like to have my feet close together. What about you?
I tend to agree. I prefer the same thing. Like you said, with control, it's a smaller shot, so we just get a little bit closer to the golf ball and narrower stance, and it helps us feel that control. So
Yeah.
give it a try.
Yeah. Let's see. All right. So those were a couple of our warm-up to the golf course games. There's some full swing games we can do. At this point in time, we figured that it's probably the best, a lot of people might not even be at golf courses or have access to them right now. So you can do all this stuff at home. We're fortunate to have some putting greens here and everything. But at this time, we'll take any questions, Alex and I. Looks like, what are some tips with helping on chipping for short distance to the pin? What are some tips? Alex, why don't you take this one? You start this one off.
Yeah, I think kind of like Gabe mentioned before, less risks. So if we think of it more as a putt, it's a very short chip shot. So maybe grab a 8-iron, something that's lower lofted, closer to your putter, and just feel like it's that same short kind of motion with your shoulders versus the hands.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of tough to judge with our wrists and hands distance when it's very short. So.
Yeah. So short shots. All right, here I got one for you. Why don't we? I'm gonna let Alex demonstrate this. We'll do one of this. So Alex is gonna grab 4 of his irons or 5 of his irons out of his bag, and a club that he wants to chip with. Okay. And so just give us a minute here. He's gonna grab a couple clubs, and we're gonna set up a control grid that you can do here. So what Alex is going to do here, I'm going to flip the screen here. He's going to place his clubs on the putting green about 3 feet or 2 feet apart from each other equally. So you see he's placing them on the green here. There's 1, there's 2. So he's kind of placing them. We're not out here with a measuring tape, but try to make it as close to the same distance as possible between each club. And so he's got, what does he have? Let's see, 1, 2, he's got 1, 2, 3, 4 boxes to chip to. Can everyone see that? Well, how far are those boxes, Alex? 2 feet, 3 feet?
Yeah, 3 feet maybe.
Okay.
2 to 3.
So, James, to answer your question here, to work on short chipping, Alex is now literally 7 feet from the middle of this first box here. I don't know where my club is. Okay. This is the middle of the first box. There's Alex. He's going to hit a 7-foot approximate carry shot in between club number 1 and club number 2. Okay? This is the first part of chipping on short distances to the pin. Okay, there's 1. Second, no, he's going to go to the, do the first one. So he's going to try to land it between the first 2 clubs. Beautiful, Alex. Very nice. Now he's going to go on to the second one. So let's add 3 or 4 feet. And he's going to try to chip it in between clubs number 2 and 3. I think you got it there. Okay, so I think you get the drill here. Now, if you want to really make this a little bit more challenging, you can shrink the distance between those golf clubs, or you do it at a random or variable. So I'm going to go back to my post here. Alex is going to go back to his post, and I'm going to call out the numbers. So I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, or 4. 1, 2, 3, or 4, and Alex has to hit it. So he doesn't get to build up his momentum and his swing speed and his swing length and go 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? We're going to add a little bit of variability, which is also something that golf calls for when you're on the course. So here we go. A little bit of variable practice. So I'm going to hit him right in the chest here. I'm going to say, let's go to 4 right off the bat. Let's get that distance chip. He's been very soft and silky. So between the stick and the club, so what is that, 15 feet, something like that? So that was about 3 inches over the last one. That's pretty good. So let's go to number 3. So that would be the last 2 golf clubs. There's Alex. So that was between the second 2. So you can see Alex is a very good player. He's a golf professional. This is not an easy drill, so we probably recommend a little bit more space, when you guys are practicing. All right, let's go to 1. Let's hit him with the 1 between the first 2 clubs. Okay, very good. Let's go to 2. Let's complete the circle here. Very nice. So that's a short distance chipping drill right there. Our green is peppered with golf balls here. Okay, so we did horse, which we called Hope, appropriately. We did 21, which is a putting game. We also did
Catch Me If You Can.
Catch Me If You Can. These are all very Nick Iacono. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, Nick.
Nick's a great ambassador of PGA Hope and just left the Mets section, and we all hope he's doing well. He's a great guy. So these are just a couple. Listen, you could make up your own games in practice. You could play 9 holes of who chips it closer to the hole.
Yeah.
The point is we know that you've been itching to play golf, and just get out there and get on a putting green. It's so beautiful out here. It could take your mind off of lots of things. You could put your phone down for an hour. It's just so beautiful to be outside. And if Alex or myself could ever help in any way to all you guys and girls out there that have fought for our freedom, please reach out. We're huge fans of Met PGA Hope. Kelly Clayton, Amanda, Caitlin, all the people, Jeff Voorhees, all the Dans, and Kevin's, and everyone in that office that is really behind PGA Hope. We're really big fans of everything that they do. So
Absolutely.
And we'd love to have you guys up here once the world goes reopens.
Yeah, we're going to make that happen.
We're going to make it happen. So is there anything else that we missed we can enhance? Any golf questions? Any life questions? Any good golf jokes? No, but in all seriousness, thank you so much, guys. Thanks for having us. Thank you to Kelly and Amanda for having us, setting this up. Hopefully we can return to doing some PGA Hope live with you guys and girls, and just helping out in any way we can. So if no one else has any questions, we're going to sign off. Thank you so much, Alex.
Yeah, thank you all. Really enjoyed the time.
Appreciate it.
Thank you all, and hope to see you again.
Thanks, guys and girls. Really appreciate it. Thanks for all the good questions. And let us know. Reach out. Gabe Carr-Harris here at the Golf Performance Center. Alex Hume. Thanks. Signing off. And talk to you soon. Thanks again.
Take care, everyone.